Welcome back to my channel. It's teacher Mallory here. I was just popping on to discuss substitute teaching. I just got an email. I'm gonna put some images so you can see the emails, you can see the schedule. I got an email this week. I want to say it was on Wednesday. Today is Friday, with VIPKID asking me if I would like to substitute teach. Of course, I want to meet new students. Always a good opportunity to get regulars. Regulars are great because they're kind of easy. You know what to expect. You know how they act, what they like. Reward systems are easier. So I said yes, double yes. And what they do is they ask you to go on and click and list in Beijing time classes that you are available. So after the booking frenzy, I was only available for certain classes. The first time I went on, I clicked every single class. That's not what you're supposed to do. If you get the email, it's going to take you to Google Docs. At Google Docs, it's going to be in Beijing time. So go back into your classroom bookings page and just look and pair up. Okay, if it's 6 p.m. Beijing time for me, that would be 6 a.m. So where am I not booked? So if I wasn't booked, I clicked the buttons for those classes and said, hey, I'm available. On Friday, today, I got an email back, and I will again show you that. In that email, it basically said, click here to see where we picked you. You type in your name under the stage name, and I put in Mallory BZ, that's me, with the 2 letters at the end. And it took me immediately to where my classes were. So I took those classes and I converted them into a document, and I will show you again here. And that document basically, I converted the time from Beijing time to mine, Eastern Standard Time, and I double checked, am I open, am I not open? If I was open, I went ahead and closed out those classes, which is important. You don't want someone to book there and then you can't substitute teach. However, one of those classes for me was already booked, so I've got to call the fireman and tell him, hey, I'm already booked. I can't sub that time. Just wanted to let you know. Okay, so that's always a polite thing to do. So what do I have to do to substitute teach now? Well, I went ahead and I did my conversion list that I just showed, and I went ahead and I put it in my planner, and I just put, hey, on these days, sub this time, sub this time, sub that time. So it's only a couple a day, and the cool part is a lot of them are on days I'm already teaching. So I might have to get up a little bit earlier, I might not. Either way, from what I understand, about 15 minutes to 10 minutes before class, you go to the chat and you click on contact, and then you hit for substitute teachers only, and you say, I am ready for this class. Don't put your time, put Beijing time. So if it is 6 a.m. my time, but it's a 6 p.m. substitute slot Beijing time, I'm going to say I'm ready for my 6 p.m. Beijing time class. With that being said, then I'm going to go to my internet portal, and I'm going to open up 2 different teacher portals so that I can see bookings pages, and then I'm refreshing. At least for the first 15 minutes, I'd refresh 1 time every minute. You're just going to be sitting there anyway, waiting. Sometimes you're going to hear that ping in the contact box saying, hey, you're booked, and you got to get to that portal. You do not want a teacher no-show. So you can also contact them after about 5 minutes and send an emoji and just say, thanks, or still here, and they'll let you know if you're booked or not booked. But why do we want to sub? Because you get paid your rate for being in that class. Even if you don't get a class, you're still going to get your base pay. So just for sitting there and being available, you get paid for a class, which is awesome. So they've asked me to substitute for 9 classes, 10 if you include the one that I'm booked for. So only 9 I'm available. If I do all 9 classes, let's do some math. My base rate is $7.70, but I get $1 for being there. So I'm not positive if I get that dollar or not. I'll add it to the comments if I do, but usually you get $1 for showing up. So let's assume I'm getting my base pay plus that dollar, $8.70. And if I teach or don't teach, I'm going to make $78.30 just for being at my computer. Now I'll make $78.30, but if I do teach, I get an extra $2. So 2 times 9 classes would be $18 plus that 70. I mean, I'm looking at like $90 extra after my already there bookings. Duh, substitute teach, people, substitute teach. So what would I do? If you haven't gotten an email asking to be a sub, maybe it's time to call in. Go up there, you'll see it in your portal, and go to contact. Send in a ticket. Ask very politely, hey, I have heard a lot about substitute teaching. I would really love the opportunity to try to substitute for VIPKID. If there's any availability, please let me know. Thank you, teacher, whatever your stage name is. Mallory BZ, Lil BZ, that's me. So yeah, I'll update you guys on how substitute teaching goes. This is going to be my first week, but it sounds like an awesome opportunity. I'm already having a really easy time getting bookings. I do feel very lucky. I do leave very detailed feedback. I ask for 5 apples. How do I do that? As you know, we teachers love apples like students love stars. I always strive for 5 apple feedback, but any feedback is appreciated as it helps me be the best teacher for your son or daughter and many other students. Thank you. That's simple. I always add it into my sign off and I tell them how much of a pleasure or an honor it was to be able to teach their child. Love, teacher Mallory BZ. Always in with the stage name. You want them to know your stage name because that's how they're going to book you. So yeah, if you get the email to substitute teach, go to the Google document. It's going to take you to a different site. It's okay. And then from there, only fill in what you have available. If you want to pre-close those slots, you can. I chose not to do that, but a lot of teachers do. All I'm going to do is let them know the one class I am no longer available. I'll send that in. And after you get your classes they want you to be available to sub for, go on, close those classes out, and be prepared 10 to 15 minutes before class to contact the fireman. I'm ready to sub. Give it to them in Beijing time. Not your time, Beijing time, and then refresh, so you can enter that classroom. If you don't get booked, you still get your base pay. If you do get booked, you get an extra $2 as long as you finish the class with no issues. And from there, make sure you do your feedback. You might get a new regular. That would be awesome. But just make sure as you're refreshing every 5 minutes, maybe hit the fireman with a thanks, still here, little emoji, still available if needed. And if they tell you you're not, you just say thank you. I appreciate you, fireman, because we love our firemen. And then watch those booking payments go up. And hopefully those regulars go up. Either way, it's fun. You can't prepare for what class you're going to teach. It's going to keep you on your toes. But they provide us with really informative tips. As long as you're having fun and encouraging the student, it's going to be okay. If you try subbing and it gives you too much anxiety, you don't have to do it. Or you can only offer to sub a few classes a week if they ask you to sub. Or you can offer all of them. It is up to you. But guaranteed base pay, as long as you show up, sounds like a win to me. Either way, check it out. If you get the email, I say go for it. More experience always makes you a better teacher. So I will update in the comments how my pay worked out, if I got that extra dollar incentive because I was there in the classroom. And I believe these classes will go towards your incentive for 30, 45 plus classes a month for those 50 cent or the dollar an extra class once you hit those goals. I'm having a great time teaching for VIPKID. I wish the whole world could know how much fun it is, how lucrative it can be, and how honestly really stress-free and fun it is. So if you're thinking about signing up, check out below. Use my referral code MALLO0144 at vipkidteachers.com, and email me. My email is listed in my info, vipkidteachermallory at yahoo.com. I'm happy to help you answer any questions. If you want to see a certain video, let me know and I'll get it to you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.